Are you even qualified for what you want? Single by choice. Are you even qualified for what it is you want? See, in this country, we tell people all the time, you can want what you want, and that's cool. But are you qualified for it?
What's up, everybody? Listen, let me talk to you about something. Today's topic is modern women are setting their standards too high. And this was said by Kevin Samuels. Before I continue, I want you to live your best life by applying scripture to your relationship. Anyway, let's be honest about the state of black relationships in the West, or in America to be more precise. Now, one of the issues is that because so many women earn good money and have degrees, they think that it's beneath them to be submissive to their husbands. Yeah, they do. And this is what the modern feminist women are all about. Liberation and not having to submit. Now, listen, black people are coming from a place of slavery, disenfranchisement, and racism. And we know that. Now, this has a lot to do with how we are today. Even though it happened so long ago, the effects are still being felt. And so with that said, we cannot look at love and relationships the very same way as everybody else. And that includes marriage. Because there are other people who have not gone through what we have gone through, what we have had to deal with. And I believe that this still has a major hold on our society. Listen, many black men have been murdered, strung out on drugs, incarcerated, and the like. And this has had an impact on our black women. And so I will not try to belittle what we've been through and what the black woman has had to face. Okay, so, and this affects the family at large. Many times, the father is not in the home. These things do affect us greatly. So we have to approach life differently because of this. And I believe that this is where Kevin Samuels comes in. And trust me, he tried to get us to think logically about life, about relationships, and about marriage. Kevin certainly tried to school the black woman on their attitudes, their physical appearance, and the friendliness or the lack thereof. But some gave him pushback. They gave him a hard time, saying that he is not qualified to rate a black woman. Really? So his question was, if he wasn't qualified, then who is? After all, he's a black man too. So who else did you want to rate you? I want you to take a look at this video.
I don't think my price is too high.
Okay. Well, what do you want?
Ultimately, I want a man that's a provider.
Okay.
Willing to work.
Okay.
In the beginning, but when it's time to have children, I do want to be able to stay at home and raise the children.
All right.
So they're able.
How many kids would you like?
Issues with me. Ideally 3 to 4, but right now I would say at the age that I am, maybe 2.
How old are you?
32. Well, I'll be 32 soon.
Okay. So you want to be a traditional housewife then?
I wouldn't say ultra traditional, but somewhat, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you want the man to be a traditional provider?
Yes. Ideally, I would like that.
Okay. That sounds like an imbalance.
I don't necessarily think so.
If you need him to be a traditional provider, but he's not getting a traditional housewife, what is he getting that's better than a traditional housewife? Because
Okay.
his responsibility is here. What's he going to get that's here or above?
What does a traditional housewife entail?
Well, you tell me.
Now, Kevin Samuels said that black women felt like they were entitled to the best, but many could not see that they were setting their standards too high. Listen, all he said was to settle for what you qualify for, and a lot of women had a hard time receiving that. Look, the reality is that many would love to get married, but they are not ready to be wives. Listen, for one, they are not submissive, and two, they do not understand the role of a wife. All they see is marriage, glitz and glamour, maybe the white dress, all these people at a wedding, walking down the aisle to this handsome, tall, dark guy. That's it. But guess what? We all know that 1 in 4 gets married, and the average marriage only lasts 5 years. So what in the world are we doing? We're absolutely doing something wrong. So they don't understand the role of a wife. One of the misconceptions that they have is to think that marriage is a partnership. Here we go. That's another problem, because marriage is not a partnership, contrary to popular belief. And Kevin felt that the only way to get across to his audience was to be harsh at times and to the point, telling them not what they wanted to hear, but what they needed to hear. Now, I want you to watch some of his interactions, because Kevin also spoke of being a Christian from age 5, but he never said anything about being born again or anything about salvation, which is very important in Christendom. So I guess it's safe to say he really wasn't born again, because one of the things that he did is that he cursed from time to time, and that's definitely a no-no for a believer in Jesus Christ who's walking according to the Word of God, because we do not use foul language. Check this out.
When did you become a Christian?
When I was 21.
So I can tell you, man, I'm hearing things that make no sense to me. How can you want to be married and you're a Christian?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the husband? Where's Adam? Eve? Oh, because what I hear, I'm gonna be honest, what I hear a lot of times is women using God and Christianity as an excuse for their fear and why they didn't get out here. There's no way you're supposed to be single.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying I'm not having
honestly,
sex.
I know. I haven't really put myself out there. People have found me, honestly.
How have you have you had any therapy?
Some I have, yeah.
Because this isn't normal, man. It's simply not normal. This is not even normal human behavior. You can't tell me my first commandment in the Garden of Eden was to be what? Fruitful and multiply.
To be, yeah.
Okay, so now you're 43, so that's pretty much a wrap.
You think so? Well, according to worldly statistics, but I think it's possible to be married and be happy.
Ma'am, I don't care about. Now, this is why I'm gonna be honest. You're not Sarah. You have to go that far. You think it's possible, ma'am? You work in retail. You're not Abraham. This isn't Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar.
I know that.
Okay, so what if it's possible? Can you afford? Because Wednesday I'm gonna be talking about this IVF stuff. Can you afford $12,000 to $12,000 to $25,000 per IVF treatment?
You didn't ask me if I wanted kids. I really don't desire to have children.
I said being a kids is over at the wrap. You said, well, you think so? So what? You made the statement.
I mean, I'm just thinking in regard to like even being married.
You don't even want to be. You're not thinking you want to be married?
No, I'm saying like I would like to be married. I don't
Why?
desire kids.
Why do you want to be married?
I think if I were to find my best friend, someone to
That's not what a
be,
husband's job is. Christian.
I mean, kind
That's not what a
of. My
husband's job is.
godparents are
Now,
best
look, Christian.
friends.
Hey, Christian. It's not what a husband's job is.
Okay.
You're not coming in with this. No, you got the right one. That's not what a husband's job is, Christian woman. Was Adam Eve's friend?
No.
That's not his job now, is it?
I mean, the Bible, it says that she was his helpmate.
Helpmate. That means she had a job to do. She's supposed to help him tend to the garden. And and see, what I'm trying to get you to understand is, you said you in this position because this religious reason, but you're not living that religion. This is Christian feminism. And you're using God, women like you use God as a reason to mask your dysfunction.
I don't like people to curse around me. So it's not easy at times to watch a Kevin Samuels video. The reason I do this is that I realize that he is willing to have that difficult conversation that nobody else has the guts to. Black women need to be told the reality of things. And like I've said in other videos, they have basically taken hold of feminism, hook, line, and sinker, feeling I don't need a man. A man can't tell me what to do. I don't need to be submissive to a man. I can do it all by myself. And here's one of the greatest lies that they believe, that the woman is the leader. Yeah, well, I got news for them, because she's not the leader, and she will not be able to survive in the world by herself. Listen, not even in the animal kingdom you see females going around by themselves. It just doesn't happen. There's always a herd or a pride, and there's always a dominant male in the midst. Only human beings or only African American women think that they can survive without a man. After all, the world was built by men. So why in the world would they think that they could do it all by themselves? I don't get it. What I found is that Kevin would tailor his approach depending on who he was speaking to. An example would be the Christian virgin having sexual relations with a married man. He told her point blank that she was committing fornication. Even though, it was in the past, nonetheless, he had to let her know that is fornication. But we know that that is adultery, according to the Bible. Maybe fornication on her part, but it was definitely adultery on the gentleman's part. It should not happen. Because on the other hand, he told ladies that when they decided to go on a date with a man after 5 p.m., that sex should be on the menu. Yes? So, you see what I'm saying? Meaning they would make themselves available for sex if they went on a man after 5 p.m. He also told them, if you go on a date before 5 p.m., then that's okay. But just know that you go on a date after 5 p.m., sex is definitely a part of the deal. Some women agreed, most women did not. And so, hey, but listen, let me tell you something. Because a man spends money on a woman, he thinks automatically that he's supposed to take her to bed. I don't think so. That's not the way it is. I don't like my women being cheap. You heard me right. I don't like my women being cheap. And listen, you gotta save something, It's not the way it's supposed to be. And definitely for Christian women, it's not supposed to be that way. But unfortunately, some people are living in sin and thinking that they're pleasing God. Hey, that's another topic. But you know what? I'm sorry, but I do not want women to be cheap. And that's that. So I don't agree with that statement that he made or that advice that he gave to these women. Another thing that Kevin spoke about is that many of these women felt entitled to have the best man available. They felt that they did not only deserve him, but were qualified to have him as a husband. And the funny thing is that many of these women did not even come close to meeting the basic qualifications, the basic standards. They didn't come close to it. But yet still, they were delusional. They really thought that they can qualify for these men. And Kevin often asks, why would these men, or why should these men choose you as a wife? And then the discussion begins. Anyway, listen, these women do not know what these type of men that are making six figures are looking for in a woman. Because every time Kevin asks, so what are these men looking for? They're like, I don't really know. So how in the world do you think that you deserve them, but you don't even know what they're looking for? Let me tell you something. I believe that Kevin Samuels was truly trying to change the situation in America for the better. That's what I believe, because he saw what was going on. Even though many people would not admit that we're in a crisis, we're in a crisis. And that's why a lot of men, including the black men, are leaving the American shores and going across the waters to find a more fit, feminine, and friendly woman. Because this is not only a black problem, it's an American problem. Okay, so do me a favor. Leave me your comments. Thanks for watching. Like and also share this video. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Okay, I am William Nelson Ryan, and I will see you in my next video. This has been Love Factual. I want you to take care of yourself. God bless you.